Donkey podcast time, the Plan B After Show podcast. Here we go. Are you starting it off with
Does Al start it off with that, or is it always a goodbye?
I think he's just always goodbye. He always does I don't think he's ever does it into the show. I don't know. Why don't you come up with your own thing? All right. Can't you think of something?
I can't. I can't even come up. Dude, if I had to name myself, okay, for instance, like way back in the day when I was DJing, they're like, "What's your DJ name?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. Hunter. Yeah. Let's just go with Hunter. That sounds good." Dude, it's so hard. I mean, I know you got a name for your kid, and I don't think anybody knows it yet. I think you got to keep it quiet.
We've pretty much. I won't say anything here. We've told
I heard it the other day.
Yeah, you heard it the other day. We were telling people it at the baby shower. Yeah. I still haven't made it like 100%. Just because who knows? I mean, for some reason it could change. Maybe on the news here in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the baby's born, someone with that name does something horrible, and we're like, we're not going with that name.
No, that's not right. We'll change it. Yeah. What if you went unknown? How about unknown until the baby gets to decide for itself?
I think so. Here's what's tough is because if you give it to a kid, they're gonna pick. My name's Spider Super Califrostic. You know what I mean?
Hell with it though. And then later on they'll be like, "All right, I want to change it again." Then
you've brought up something that I think is fair. Is that at 18, if someone wants to change their name, it should be pretty easy. All you got to do is you don't have to go through the whole Social Security rigmarole. Right. Like it's like, all right, you're 18. Do you want to keep it? If not, just fill out this form. You're all set to go. Because
here's what I always said this growing up. I'm like, at 18, you should be able to change your name without having to go through any legalities. Yep. And you should be able to pick your own football team too. just because you were raised that you like the Packers, which I understand. You can still like the Packers, but you get to have another team. You get to choose another team. Nobody can be mad about it.
Horse shit. You got to be with the team you're born with, all right? Even if they're garbage, Hunter.
Come to the bandwagon. This is way more fun on this side.
You take your shit name, you take your shit team, all right? All right. Well, anyway, we got to get to it here. I don't know how do we get on that rant? Oh yeah, because you copied Al. We're gonna call you Al Borland.
What up, Al?
It's time for fact and opinion. One awesome fact, one dumb opinion. You do what you want. Will you shut that phone off for God's sake? Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding.
It's your mom.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Well, if your mom's calling me. Oh, hey, Hunter's mom. All right. Let's do, let's see. Here, you like this one because you're a nerd and you do magic. Okay. There's no copyright or patent protection on magic tricks. If a magician invents a trick, anyone is free to use it. You just have to figure out how it's done. But there's an unwritten code, so most magicians refuse to use other magicians' tricks.
That's very true. That's absolutely true. I mean, there are a lot of basic tricks, a lot of basic hand movements. There's a lot of sleight of hand that's traded among magicians, obviously, because a lot of them are all the same. But yeah, if you invent a trick, here's another thing too. The magician code is like some of the more like extravagant tricks you would see, like David Blaine maybe do, like like the needle through the arm. Some of the shit that you're just like, what the. It's a magician code that if you know the trick, you don't tell anybody. Especially if it's a significant trick. I mean, smaller, like tricks that everybody can know. You know, whatever.
I'll quarter behind the ear, shit like that. Right. Yeah.
There are a few tricks that I know that I won't tell anybody.
Do you remember that TV show where it had the masked magician?
Yes, it was a huge thing for a while.
That was huge. I love that show, dude.
Yeah, everybody loved it because it was disclosing all the magic. So a lot of stage magicians were pissed off about that. Yeah, which is a different type of magic. Yeah, because stage magic involves a lot of money because you got to have the props, a lot of time because you got to practice, assistance. You got to have the stage to practice on. You basically have to have somebody in Vegas pay you to get all this stuff together. Why? And that's why it was such a big deal, is because this dude is just fucking showing everybody all these tricks and these magicians that are getting paid in Vegas to perform these tricks.
He was pissed off at Siegfried and Roy. He's like, "Fuck you guys."
You know,
I'm doing it.
Some of those tricks were from straight Siegfried and Roy, though.
Yeah,
that was a wild show, dude.
That was great. What was that, like early 2000s, I think, or
Yeah, like
something?
early 2000s. And he finally like unmasked himself, I think, at the very end.
Yeah. It was David Copperfield all along.
I think he died.
Have you ever invented your own trick, or do you just use other people's? Yeah.
Well, no, I take that back. So like, no, I've never invented my own trick.
Uh-huh.
Variations of a trick, though.
Variations. Okay.
Like I'll do it differently, or the ending will be different. Or...
So you can't do your own sign off, and you can't do your own magic tricks. You suck.
Damn it. You know what though? It's an awesome thing to get into. It is very nerdy. I get it. You know, typically, but once you dive into it and start to understand, like, because it's more than just like sleight of hand. Mm-hmm. It's more than just like it's like you're manipulating people, dude. You're kind of lying to people.
Oh, for sure.
And you're looking at people a certain way, and you're doing things to maneuver people a certain way to make them believe a certain. It's wild. It's more than just hands. It's mental. It's eye contact. It's distraction, trying to get them to look over here so you can do something over here.
Yep,
dude. It's very cool. It's a cool thing to understand.
I love magic. I love magic shows. I love like I remember in college, me and my college girlfriend were over at like a Chili's or something like that, and they had this magician there
walking around,
and he would do table magic. And dude, I fucking love him. Like, yeah, come back, hey, come back over here. You know? I love that shit, man. It's fun because you have to approach it as you almost have to be a childlike when it comes to magic.
Absolutely.
Because we all know magic isn't real. Okay, we get it, but that doesn't make it any less fucking impressive when a guy levitates or anything. The one thing I don't really get into, though, is like the David Blaine when he's like, oh, he stayed locked in a glass box for he was.
That's not even magic. That's just like, dude, you put your body through some. Right.
Like I don't understand that. So that's fine, but no,
the big thing is like he's got to be mentally there to do his magic. He's got to prep his,
Which I do think there is a lot of there's a mental capacity for people who do magic and stuff like that. One thing that always trips me out is kind of like the not so much the mind reading stuff, but like okay, I'm gonna write this down. And I know it's all they're leading people to certain ways, but still though, that's what always fucking like I figure like the cards thing, like that's all. But like when someone like, writes something on a card and then it ends up in an orange, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like that just always throws me. That's what gets me. I love that shit. I love that.
And a lot of those tricks there are. So here's one thing that bothers me with some of the magic you'll see on TV is they won't show everything.
Yeah.
As far as like there's camera cuts, there's I like to see a trick in its entirety. I like to see a trick in front of me. When I see it on TV, I'm like, well, you could cut that at any point. You can do anything with it on TV. David Blaine, dude, is absolute. Some of it's like when he stares at you and does it. I don't really like that shit so much.
Have you seen when he was at Harrison Ford's house and Harrison Ford's he says, "Get the fuck out of here." It's hilarious.
I'm telling you, he is incredible, dude. He's got a new thing out. I think a new special. And my God, dude, he does some things that even magicians around the world are like, what is that? That's wild, dude.
Well, I was gonna bring
the needle through the arm thing. Dude, I'll sit here and tell you, and I've tried to look it up. I've tried to talk to people that I know that know a lot of magic. Nobody's like, he's putting a fucking needle through his arm, dude.
I figured he just had like he just built up over time like a piercing, and he goes
still,
in the same
even if you do that, like he's going through his bicep,
I gotta figure.
I don't know. That is wild.
It's a mirror. It's all a mirror.
Smoke and mirrors. Here's a fun. I'm sorry. This is my shit right
Go for it. I know you love it, you fucking dork.
I know I told you this story before. David Blaine. This is a fun magic story, and this is why magic is cool to me. It's just shit like this. Not David Blaine. David Copperfield was in Chicago doing a stage show. Yeah. And him and his crew went out afterwards, and they went out in Chicago and they got mugged. His whole group got mugged, and they stole everything. The guys from the pockets, watches. They get over to David Blaine. They're like, empty your pockets. He shows them he's got nothing. No watches, no nothing. So they end up getting everything and they take off. And then David Blaine pulls out his pockets again to his crew, and he's got like $600 in cash. He's got a Rolex. He totally used sleight of hand to show the thieves that he had. I was awesome when I heard that story. Like, dude,
yeah,
see, that's what's up. That's
but too bad he didn't use a sleight of hand to get his other guy's shit back.
Yeah, well, they didn't. I don't know magic. You're on your own, buddy. I'm sorry. Not my fault. You didn't practice.
Didn't help him out. You know what, too, and the problem with magicians is, unfortunately, they have to all dress for the most part, other than like David Blaine. But why do they, like Chris Angel? Like, I don't mind some of the shit, but does he have to look? Does he have to look the way he looks? And then you got Siegfried and Roy with their feathered bangs, and it's like, guys, you're like, I'd rather have you dressed like a wizard. You know what I mean? I'd rather
seriously, like lean into it fully if you're going to. Dude, I'm gonna sit here right here and say I can't fucking stand Chris Angel. He is such a cheeseball, and so like
Mind Freak was cool for like a year, and then it's like he got worse. It's like he got.
Here's the difference. Here's what it is. For me, if it depends on how you go into it as a magician. If you're in for entertainment and fun, and then I'm all for it. You know, like I'm all for it. But if you're gonna go into it like you trying to make people think that you're really magic, and that you're really like Chris Angel, everything that Chris Angel does, I can't stand. I'm like, when he stares at you and then he like, it's just like, dude, you fucking cheeseball. Take your do-rag off, your chains. He's got rings on every finger.
Finger, dude. It's just, maybe that's part of it. I don't know if maybe that has to do with like distracting people.
It does. It does. Have you ever noticed Penn and Teller? Or it's Steven Seagal. What are you doing? Penn and Teller. Penn's got his pinky nail painted red. If you ever notice, so he always has his pinky nail painted red.
Oh, really?
And he uses it. He says it's a slight distraction. People watch this hand.
Just enough. All it takes split second. That's what's so crazy. No, I will say, as much as we hate Chris Angel, though, he's probably scored some hot pieces of ass doing that ridiculous magic.
In Vegas, the way he looks and the money he's making, and he's a magician.
You made my ring disappear. I'm going to make your cock disappear. Jesus, man. Girls love magic. They love me.
They do.
The best magic trick you ever did is when you lit your fart on fire. That for me.
That's not even a magic trick. That's just a present.
Magic. So I didn't know that. So any magic trick is open for the public. Do it. Oh my God, where's it thumb?
I can't get it.
Yeah, what's here? Watch this. I'm gonna make my finger go up my. It's up there. Oh God.
There's one you can do. I'm gonna see if I can still do it. There's one where you can like.
It's all. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. I'm gonna try it. It's all about where you.
Don't do it for real.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Oh damn it! I'm not good at it. All right. Well, that's good. Well, let's go see a magic show. How's that sound?
I like it. I like magic shows. Let's do it.
That is going to do it for Brock and Hunter and a fact and opinion here on the Plan B After Show podcast. So we're going to go do some magic. Go make our wieners disappear.
Oh, you stay away.
We'll see you next time on the After Show podcast. Later.